again and brought it back to the general. And the general asked him, Mr. Colonel, this strategy, will it give us the desired victory? This second one you have won. The colonel said to the general, please, can I more? Collected the paper again, went back to his office, sat down, looked at the first strategy, brought it back to the general. And the general raised his voice and said, Colonel Sandra, will this strategy give us the desired victory that will not suffer any form of casualties or death? The colonel looked eyeball to eyeball, saluted, he said, yes, sir. There will not be loss of life. There will not be loss or any form of casualties. And the general said, get me the first strategy. He brought it. Get me the second strategy. He brought the second strategy. He said, if I did not push you, you wouldn't have come up with the best. Second strategies, they would have suffered casualties. The third strategy was what they came up with, that they didn't suffer any form of casualties. If you win on paper with clarity, you win in life with certainty. If you sit down and win on paper with clarity, I mean life with certainty. So strategy is a well-detailed plan on how to execute a task, achieve a goal, or get things done without fail. Is a military terminology. It's a well-detailed plan that you will use to achieve a goal. You will use failing. So it's not making 10 million every month. How? What's the well-detailed strategy and plans? So what is resilient? What is resilient? Resilient, simply put, is never give up approach to any task. Is a never give up. I'm simplifying it. I'm not giving you the literal meaning, but I'm just using this meaning so as you will understand it very well. Is a never give up approach to any task. He's resilient. He's not ready to give up. He's not ready to succumb to failure. He's not ready to say, this thing is not working. So these two words being put together, and we now say we are looking at developing resilient strategies. So that means we're developing a never give up plans, approach to execute and achieve our desired result in the next 6 months. So this is our theme, and that's what we'll be running for the next 4 weeks. But we have a subtopics that we are going to be looking at. So today's subtopic is building a business that can survive every storm. Building a business that can. So now we know what a resilient is. We know what strategy is. So let's look at how to build a business. Storms are normal. So how do you build a business that can survive any storm? Business fail not because it just failed. It's because the person running the business is not prepared to face storms. It will come, but I'm going to show you some storms in business, and I'm going to show you how to overcome them. They will come. They will come. They will come. Different kinds of storms. They will come. So, crisis in business, different types of crisis in business, will always come. So, but what now helps the business to thrive in the midst of storm? Number one, we must develop what I call business resilient strategies. Business resilient strategies. In developing business resilient strategies, there are plans that you must lay down. What will you do if the money is not there? What will you do if suddenly, so they call it a management scenario play. In scenario play, you play out the worst case scenario. In scenario play, in your mind, play out the worst case scenario. When you play the worst case scenario, that's how to develop business resilience. You start bringing out the answers from the worst case scenario when the worst case scenario has not even showed up. I mean, worst case scenario. Worst case scenario, like, what if all your workers wake up in the morning, none of them, they now say they are not going to work with you again? So, when you play worst case scenario imagination, when you play it out in your mind, you start finding out the answers. Those answers we are looking for is what we are going to use to develop resilience. I want to share a story with us. 2 weeks ago, barely 2 weeks, not really 2 weeks, barely 2 weeks. I was at the airport in Lagos, and they canceled our flight multiple times. So while I was there, I met Sabi writers. So I didn't even see him. So he came, we greeted, hugged, and where are you going to? He said, Abuja. I said, where am I going to? I said, I'm going back to Enugu. And we got talking. I said, congratulations for the new office in Abuja. I said, yeah. We talked about so many things. I said, but the business in Lagos, how old is it? He said, it's about 8 years now. I said, you've already moved to Abuja, and it's like in Abuja, you guys got your own property. He said, yes, they got their own property. I said, how did you move and you are established within few months in Abuja? This is about 4 months or thereabout. You're already doing some great works in Abuja. He said, Doc, we had a 3 days retreat. We did a scenario play of the worst that can happen in Abuja. And we came up with 320 scenario plays. 320 scenario play of the worst that can happen in Abuja. When you prepare for the worst, you have the best. Listen to me again. In business, when you over-prepare for the worst, you will have 320 scenario play. And that 320 scenario play became the subtopics for their retreat. And he answered 320 worst scenario play in business. You were digesting it for 3 days of excelling in Abuja. They went into Abuja. They had plans to settle down in Abuja in about 8 months to 1 year. They got into Abuja. Because of that scenario play, they settled in Abuja in 4 months. The worst. And that's why he's having the best. Please, can you write down the worst that can happen in your business? Start looking for the answer. I didn't say you should pray for them to happen. No. They call it in management. Please, when I'm done, you can go and Google it, find out more about it. They call it scenario play. Scenario play. So find out what are the worst things that can happen in this business. Is it capital? Okay. What if all the capital that I have is lost? That was what they did in scenario play for Henry Ford. A massive breakthrough for him in business. And they called Henry Ford and said, sir, if all that you have built, this T model, you have stored it up in a warehouse, so many warehouses in America, if suddenly you can't see the traces of all these T models, that is like a big breakthrough for you, what are you going to do? He didn't hesitate. You know what Henry Ford said? Henry Ford has internalized the operation. He has internalized the applications. He has internalized the manufacturing. So if anything happens, let it just be that it didn't happen to me. I will bring it out again. So write out your scenario play. Write it out. Write it out. Be writing. And then let those questions push you into major killers that will always show up in your business, that kills business when there is storm, that makes people not to have this resilience. There are 7 of them in number, and I'm going to outline them. Number 1, cash flow. What if cash is not flowing again? What if cash automatically is not flowing again? Cash flow, number 1. When there is cash flow failure. When there is cash flow failure. A lot of businesses, once there's a cash flow failure, they don't know what to do again. Some will just come in the morning and sit down. Maybe they're into buying and selling. Some are into service businesses. Clients are not coming again. Patronage is not going on again. They will just be there. And the next thing some will resolve to do, maybe to pray. Some will just be praying, no strong strategies. Prayer is a strategy. Prayer is a strategy. But at the same time, there are other things that is to be added to prayer. As a Christian, there are other things that is to be added to prayer. So, cash flow failure. Number 2, there are organizations that if their best hand leave, that business will crumble. If their best hand. So what do you do? That's why in our church here, every leader, you will always have someone that is understudying. There is no leader since 2012 when we started this church. There is nobody that have left this church that shook us. There is not one person. As we are leaving, we are replacing you immediately. The person may not be as good as you are, but we know that when you join us, you are not as good as you are. It is use and training that makes you to become that. So we engage the person, give the person a measure of confidence, expose the person, and allow the, before you know it, the person will fit in comfortably. So leadership failure, it's another scenario play that we can consider. Number 3 is a lack of innovation. When there are a lot of innovation coming in and is beating down your business. Someone said something to me, I smiled, and I didn't see it as a compliment. 2 different people. One said that a well-known person in the city, a well-known person. So he said that he usually drive past here. And he asked me a question. He said, are you the pastor of SWIFTCHURch? I just want to be sure. I said, yes, I'm the pastor of SWIFTCHURch. He said, wow, I've been dreaming of the day that I will come in here. He said, is it fully air conditioned? He said, most times I've been looking. What kind of place is this? This place is beautiful. I said, yes, it's fully air conditioned. And he said, I'm saying it. There is no church like this place in Enugu. I said, no, sir. It's innovative practices that makes some people to come up and sit down, because we've talked about it. We've talked about pardon. We've talked about soundproof, that made them to say, white is not good enough. Let's darken this place. And we are not done with innovation. Between now and the next 2 weeks precisely, there's going to be LED here. So innovation is giving room for improvement or bringing in new things. If your organization have gotten to a point where it has plateaued and there's a lot of innovative practices around, people are coming up with new things, it's going to tell on you. It's going to affect you. It's going to affect your sales. It's going to affect the patronage. It's going to affect a lot of things that we are doing. Why? We are not innovating. So lack of innovation, it's also one of the 7 killers, one of the things. So you sit down, you ask yourself, okay, what should I do? How do I come up with innovative practices? By sometime this month or early next month, our organization is planning to put up something. And what are we putting up? I have checked the real estate recently. I found out that sale is nosediving in a lot of organizations. So I have done my findings, use countries, use sectors across board. I found out how they bounced back and everything, how they were able to innovate and create more practical ways of doing real estate and other things. I said, no, I can't keep this thing to myself. Now that I know it, I'm going to push it out there. I was in one of my friend's office, horizontal, we were discussing. He said something. He said, what's that? Put up a training now. Our raters will come. All of it. I have 2 raters training, and tell them about the one that is coming. If you are not innovative, you will stagnate. If you are not innovative, you will stagnate. Next one is customers' neglect. The fourth one, they've not just eye to her. Thank you so much. Your husband is an amazing man. What about the children? How is their school? Wow. Please, oh, your daughter celebrated birthday recently. I saw it on your social media handle. You are parading as if you're Oga. Somebody is who people are looking for who they can connect to. We're living in a world of connection. These days, customers come into offices and sit down. They are gisting with the people that are doing business with. They are having not gist as in how is business. They are having real gist. Real gist about issues of life, about family issues, about other things. Your best network in life should be those you are doing business with. Forget this, your classmates and other things. Are they patronizing you? Forget these things. Your best circle should be. If they are doing function, drive and go there. Drive and go there and sit down. Let them see you. Let them see you. Child education, appear in their house. Come with a wine. Come with a gift. Spend little time and walk away. Don't just assume